This video isn't for the faint-hearted. It's for those who've been pushed down, broken, and betrayed. If you're ready to turn your pain into power, to rise above those who doubted you, then this is for you. This video will give you exactly what you want, the strength to take back what's yours. There's a moment, a single moment in everyone's life, when the silence in your heart becomes deafening. The world turns its back, and you're left in the cold, questioning your very existence. Do you remember that moment? When you were stepped on, overlooked, when they laughed in your face and told you that you weren't enough. That moment, it becomes a burning fire. Not because they broke you, but because you finally realized that you were never meant to stay down. This is my revenge. Not the kind that thrives on blood, but the kind that rises from pain, like a phoenix from ashes. The kind that transforms weakness into power, rejection into relentless drive. Today I speak to the part of you that knows it's been underestimated, humiliated, torn apart, and yet here you stand, ready for your reckoning. Let's rewind. Back to the time when it all started, when everything seemed perfect. I had dreams, big dreams. You did too, didn't you? Maybe you still have them buried deep inside, suffocated by doubt, fear, or worse, betrayal. There was a time when I believed in people, in promises. But life has a way of ripping the veil off, exposing the bitter truth beneath. The people you trust, the ones you sacrifice for, they change. And the same hands that once held yours are the hands that shove you into the dirt. You're left gasping for air, wondering how it all went wrong. And that's when the questions come flooding in. Why me? What did I do wrong? Am I that worthless? You look in the mirror, but you don't recognize yourself anymore. You've become a shadow of what you once were, a ghost walking through a world that's forgotten your name. Every mistake, every lie, every stab in the back, it cuts deep. And the pain doesn't leave. It stays with you. It lingers like a disease, slowly rotting away at what's left of your soul. But here's the thing about pain. It changes people. It can break you, or it can rebuild you into something stronger, something unstoppable. That was my breaking point. The moment when I realized that no one was coming to save me, no one was going to wipe away my tears or fix what was broken inside me. I had to do it myself. But to do that, I had to embrace the darkness. I had to stop running from my demons and face them head on. And that's when it hit me. Revenge isn't about getting back at them. It's about reclaiming myself. It's about proving that I am more than the scars they left on me. More than the broken pieces they thought would never fit together again. I stopped looking for validation. I stopped waiting for someone to tell me I was worthy. And instead, I looked inside, deep into that abyss where all the hurt and anger had been festering for years. And I saw it, the fuel I needed. They thought they'd destroyed me. They thought they'd erased my potential, my power. But all they did was plant a seed of rage, of determination, of cold, calculated revenge. Not against them, no. They're irrelevant now. My revenge is against the weakness they made me believe was mine. And so, I began to rebuild. Slowly, painfully, brick by brick, I began constructing the person I was always meant to be. But this time, I wasn't building on hope or trust. No, this time I built on something far more powerful, on anger, on willpower, on the fire that they tried to extinguish. Do you know how that feels? To be at the lowest point, only to realize that the only direction left is up? It's liberating. When you've got nothing left to lose, that's when you're truly dangerous. That's when you become the person they fear. They thought I'd crawl back, begging for mercy, for acceptance. They thought I'd crumble under the weight of their betrayal. But they underestimated me. And if you're listening to this right now, chances are they've underestimated you too. Look at the people around you. The ones who smile to your face but secretly hope you fail. The ones who were there when things were easy but vanished the moment things got tough. They're not your friends. They're not your allies. They're your obstacles. And it's time to break through. Revenge isn't about burning bridges. It's about building empires. It's about standing so tall that the ones who tried to bury you have no choice but to watch in awe as you rise above them. This is how you win. You don't react to their games. You don't stoop to their level. You become something greater, something unbreakable. Every failure they laughed at, every tear they ignored, every insult they threw, it's ammunition. You gather it, you refine it, and you use it to fuel your rise. They want to see you broken, but you'll show them what real strength looks like. You'll show them that the person they tried to destroy has become something they can't even comprehend. You see, they made a fatal mistake. They thought your kindness was weakness. They thought your patience meant you would always wait in the shadows, hoping for a turn that would never come. But you and I, we know the truth. Kindness is a choice, not a flaw. And patience? Patience is the weapon of those who know their time is coming. My revenge is the success they never saw coming. It's the transformation they never thought I was capable of. And when they finally see me standing tall, when they finally understand the power they've unleashed, there will be no stopping me. Embracing the monster within. Here's the truth no one wants to admit. We all have a monster inside of us. It's the part of us we try to suppress, to hide away, because the world tells us it's wrong. But that monster? It's not evil. It's not something to fear. It's the source of your strength. It's the side of you that refuses to be beaten. The part that fights back when the world tries to break you. I've embraced my monster. I've stopped pretending to be the person they wanted me to be. I've accepted the darkness inside me, and now I use it to my advantage. Revenge isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming the truest version of yourself, the one you've been hiding for too long. The one who doesn't flinch when faced with adversity. The one who doesn't bend to others' will. Let the world see the monster they created. Let them tremble in the presence of the strength they could never comprehend. Let them choke on their regrets when they see the empire you've built from the ashes they left you in. And now, here we are. At the end of the journey, or perhaps the beginning. This is my revenge. Not because I seek to destroy them, but because I've risen so far above that their existence no longer matters. They are nothing, and I am everything I was always meant to be. So I ask you this, are you ready to take your revenge? Not on them, but on the parts of yourself that believed you weren't good enough. The parts of yourself that allowed their poison to seep into your mind. Are you ready to rise? To take everything they said you couldn't have? To become everything they said you couldn't be? Because now is the time. Now is the moment. You are no longer the victim. You are no longer the person who waits in the shadows. This is your reckoning. This is your rise. This is your revenge. By the way, if you want to level up in life, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.